All right, testing. Cool. We are good to go. So, I see other people playing Modern with cards that are reprints that are now legal. So I figure we'll probably end up doing that. I don't have any decks ready to go because honestly, I was sorry. I was actually anticipating the Modern Horizons 2 queues to be live, but as you can see, there's none in the draft, none in the sealed. I don't know how Aspiring Spike got his hands on a subtlety then, unless somebody opened it up out of a treasure chest now. It was a promo, so I suppose that that's possible. Let's see, what am I... Oh, I have promo packs. Well, I might as well open promo packs. Alright, let's open these promo packs really quick. Promo Chad. Promo Islands. Promo Glorybringer. Promo Scrib Sprites. Promo Swamps. And last promo pack. 5 Forest. Hey, Six Sigma, how's it going? Hey, Alfred, how's it going? Like I said, I don't know where people are getting the actual Modern Horizons 2 cards unless they're getting really lucky and open them out of treasure chests, because none of the queues are live. But the cards are legal to play in Modern if you got them. So, like, in theory, we should be able to play Solitary Confinement. And it would appear to be the case. We can. It's not my birthday, Tarek, but welcome. How's it going? So what do we need to do to make Solitary Confinement work? How do we not run out of cards? It looks like the cards are legal to play if you've got them, but none of the queues are live, so you can't draft it yet. No worries, Tarek. Enjoy your Dungeons and Dragons. Phyrexian Arena is what my mind jumped to. We could do like black-white enchantments, maybe even black-white enchantment curses, maybe? I don't know. Enduring Ideal seems like the logical what we should do, but... I was thinking there was some sort of... I guess we could play an Enchantress effect. Did they ban Chatterstorm and Pauper? I don't know. I don't follow Pauper. But there's been no pre-bans coming from Wizards or anything, at least to my knowledge. Alright. I'm going to try green-white first. Pretty sure Enchantress's Presence is now Modern legal. What about the Chord? Oh, Enigmatic Incarnation. That could be fun. And do Bant enchantments. What other enchantments would be great to run in this hypothetical deck? The only problem is I can't play like Suppression Field and stuff. Kefka, welcome. How's it going? Omen of Nissa? I don't know if we want the card draw necessarily. I mean, maybe we do. Omen of Nissa. I was thinking of Omen of, Omen of the Sea is what you're thinking of, yeah. Let me get a few cards here. So, I want Enchantress's Presence, if they've got it. Looks like this bot's been bought out. Okay. Omen of the Sea is strong. It is, yeah. Enchantress's Presence. People are already buying up Enchantress's Presence, and it's actually worth money now. I should have bought it when it was spoiled, but I wasn't thinking. New Shardless list seems dumb strong. I believe it. Shardless is a very strong card. No cube? No, I didn't realize that Modern Horizons cards were actually legal now. Oh yeah, because you can Shardless into Rhinos. Oh, nice. First sanctioned Modern event? That's awesome. Do I have Shardless Agent? There is a Modern cube, but it doesn't run that often. I do have Shardless Agents. I only have 2, though. Shardless Agent now skyrocketing in price. And you get to play Fire and Ice, so you go turn 1 land, turn 2 ice into Rhinomania. God, Rhinomania sounds like an 80s hair metal song or something. Get a couple of Shardless Agents here, so I know that I have mine. It'll probably pick up in price unless it's a very common rare. Alright, I got 4 Shardless now. Perfect. Can't forget that. Yeah, I saw the deck. I didn't really watch the actual video, though. Alright. Let me think here. What do we want? Let's check cards that or enchantments that draw cards in Modern. Because this is you skip your draw step, right? Yeah, okay. I am thinking about Enigmatic Incarnation. Just 5-0'd, 10-0'd with a Shardless Agent deck? Do you have the list of it? Because I would be interested in seeing what it is. I don't know if I have all the cards, but I might. Let's see. Kenrith's transformation. See, if I had actually known that it was going to release today and not tomorrow, I would have actually started, brewing. Oh, I should have the cards for this. I will do a solitary confinement deck, but I'm missing fire and ice, and that's it. Oh no, that's not it. And a rough and tumble. But I got everything else. Wait, why do I only have 58 cards in the main deck? What didn't transfer over? Usually it's the lands. Let's see. Brazen Borrower, Force Negation, Bone Crusher Giant, Violent Outburst. Sorry, I'm juggling like 5 different subtlety. Okay. Oh yeah, I don't have subtlety. I also don't think I can get a hold of subtlety. So I'll need to replace it with something. Something trolly. Any suggestions? I know there's not really a replacement for free counter spells, especially not when you're already playing Force. I could play Commandeer just to troll people, but... So that's a promo. How much is this one? The old border. Why do they only have... I don't want to mix old border and new border, if I can. Yeah, whatever. I'll pay extra for it. I don't care. Whoop. Modify trade. Hang on. There we go. Hey, Halsey. How's it going? Update with versions in collection. Perfect. So I don't have subtlety. We need to do something about that. Halsey, thank you for resubscribing. Second month is the most important month because that's the month you decided to come back. It's not my birthday. Kefka. Oh, jeez. Let's see. What was I gonna do? I could main deck Commandeer. Kefka gifting a tier 1 sub to Colgate in Untap. Your birthday's like Schrodinger's cat, every day and no given day, and only when you confirm or deny it can we be sure. Could make it Valakut to put back Footfalls. No, I don't think I need to do that. I'm gonna run Commandeer in the main deck. We have enough blue sources, right? Or blue cards, right? Alright. Oh, hang on. This is not a freeform deck. This is a modern deck. There we go. There we go. Hyper important question. How is Resident Evil 8? No spoilers. I really enjoyed it. There was spoilerless. The first of like 4 or 5 acts is great. It's long. The remaining acts after the first act are a lot shorter, and the second act I absolutely hated with every fiber of my being, and the rest of the game is amazing. Am I playing the Over the Horizon series this weekend on Moto? Is that the limited tournament? I may or may not be. I'm not gonna say which one or identify it. Tarek, no spoilers. Halsey said no spoilers. Alright, let's do this. Let's play Aspiring Spikes deck, because we're completely unoriginal. I will say, they brought back a lot of game mechanics from the earlier Resident Evil games. Specifically, it's influenced by 4, which I really enjoyed. In terms of game mechanics, of course, there's no relation to any storyline spoilers or anything there. But they brought back some of the game mechanics from 4 I found the most fun. So strangely enough, I I I actually am not a huge fan of Resident Evil either. I really liked 4 and 5 because of the action more than the horror. And then when it went back to like 6 was terrible. 7 was too scary for me to play, and 8 was like they moved like 2 inches back towards action, and I was just like, all right, let's go. 5 is great. Not as good as 4, though, in my opinion. This hand's a mulligan. Is this hand a mulligan, too? I think it might be. Alright, much better. We'll keep. Put back... Misty... And I'm going to put back Borrower. So, start Breeding Pool tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent leads on Celestial Colonnade. Play Spire Bluff Canal, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Oh, they're going to go for Counterspell, aren't they? They play a Flooded Strand. Pass, so we'll go ahead and ice the Celestial Colonnade, drawing another Shardless Agent. We untap and draw Gemstone Caverns, play Island, and here we go. Cascade into Footfalls. Opponent cracks Flooded Strand for a Watery Grave untapped. They're going to Fatal Push a Rhino? They do. Opponent plays a Drowned Catacomb. I don't know if 5 released on any other console than the Xbox 360. We draw Brazen Borrower. So, I think I go for another Shardless here. Cascade. Crashing Footfalls. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Opponent seems like they may not be having such a good time right now. Their Archmage's Charming are Rhinos. Like a jerk. They play a land tapped, we untap. Draw Stomping Ground. So... Yeet. Play Stomping Ground untapped, go to combat. Attack for 8. They'll probably block a Shardless Agent. They do. They take 6, go to 11. Pass the turn. Quit stealing all my rhinos, man! The only reason they're having any luck at all is because they have 3 Archmage's Charms. And we mulligan twice. Opponent attacks us for 4, that's fine. We go to 14. Pass to their end step. Brazen Borrower. We untap. Draw Bone Crusher Giant. Go to combat. Attack for 5. Opponent takes 5, goes to 6. We pass. They untap. They go to combat. They attack us for 8. Sure. We go down to 6. Okay, on their end step, stomp their face. Alright, we untap. Draw a mountain. Playing a mountain. I don't think it will. Attack for 5. Kaya's Guile. So we're just going to counter draw. I'm not going to bounce a token or anything like that, because if I do, that might turn on Fatal Push. And the game is over. That was close. It was looking a little bleak there, but we got there. Alright, versus Control. What could we possibly bring in? Mystical Dispute? Commandeer? I don't think they will. They're not going to Errata Cascade. Cryptic, as good as it was there, I don't think is good in general. I'll drop 1 Dead and Gone. Actually, probably 2. Try like this. This is Aspiring Spikes build. I just don't have Subtlety. So I replaced it with Commandeer. I will freely admit that I stole it. Well, we have a lot of counter magic, but we're not really doing anything with this hand, so I'm going to mulligan. I do like this. The problem is we don't have any blue mana. Alright, I can work with this. So we put back Force of Negation and Brazen Borrower. Opponent leads on Flooded Strand. We draw Crashing Footfalls. Play Spire Bluff Canal. Pass the turn. Yeah, no, versus other combo decks, you could cascade into Bribery, effectively. So if you come up against Through the Breach, you can just be like, haha, you're Emrakul. Opponent plays a Flooded Strand. We draw Bone Crusher Giant, play an island. Pass the turn. I think we ice to try and draw green mana. Opponent cracks Flooded Strand. It's a Watery Grave tapped. It goes alright, Titan Valakut. Opponent plays Flooded Strand. So on their end step, ice Watery Grave. This is mainly to draw a card. Fire and Ice, I'm kind of interested in being able to play it in a blue-red Taking Turns deck. Opponent decides to draw 2 cards on their turn. We draw Brazen Borrower. Untap. We draw Jace the Mind Sculptor. This strikes me as less than ideal. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Glacial Fortress. They play Jace. We dispute. Then we untap. We draw Force of Negation. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play a Glacial Fortress. And they pass. Yeah, no reason to do anything yet, I suppose. Untap. Draw another Crashing Footfalls. No green mana still. Opponent cracks Flooded Strand on her end step. They get an island. Snapcaster Mage. Archmage's Charm. They're going to draw cards. So, in response to them casting Archmage's Charm, I'm going to Bone Crusher Giant Stomp to kill the Snapcaster here. We are going to have to discard next turn anyway, if we don't do that. Opponent plays Teferi, so exile Jace. Counter Teferi. Opponent plays a Watery Grave tapped. We untap. Come on! It's turn 6. We've drawn an extra card. We can't even draw land number 3. Pass the turn. Kind of thinking you should speculatively buy some Crashing Footfalls. It's a really good card. It's one of the strongest spells you can cascade into, and I've known that since the old Living End, haha, I'm actually cascading into rhinos and not a spell that's affected by Grave Hate deck. That was fantastic. You know what? Sure. Pass the turn. If it's really strong, it will get banned, but I highly doubt that. It'd be really funny if all the green suspend cards are the ones that get banned, because they banned Hypergenesis, and they printed Crashing Footfalls because green was the only card without a cascadable suspend card, which I think is kind of funny. Alright, it's turn 8. We're on 2 mana. Our control opponent can't find a way to win the game. They don't need to errata Cascade. It's not broken. They don't need to fix it. Alright. Opponent plays another land. Stomp our opponent. Okay, opponent Cryptics. We untap. We draw Cryptic. Pass the turn. We're playing 23 lands. I don't know what the deal is. Is the red evoke card kind of meh? It really is. Especially because it doesn't have flash. Opponent untaps. They play a Drowned Catacomb. Why are they countering this? I guess because they need to draw extra cards to find a way to win, but... Alright, it's turn 10. It's turn 10 and we've drawn 3 of the spells we want to cascade into out of 4. I'm alright going to game 3. I'll be honest about that. It's not technically correct, but there's like a 0.1% chance we win that game. It's almost 0. What did you do to offend the magic gods? Something Tron. I would like to play first. Alright, let's draw a third land this time. We'll keep. I want to play a solitary confinement build. What's his deck list? Opponent cracks Polluted Delta. Sure. It's a Watery Grave untapped. They Thoughtseize us. Force Thoughtseize. Crack. Get a Breeding Pool. Tapped. We untap. Draw Dead and Gone. Shock Steam Vents. Stop on my opponent's upkeep. Ice the Watery Grave. We draw Spire Bluff Canal. As long as we don't get Thoughtseized, or if we do get Thoughtseized, we draw a Shardless Agent. Or, what is it? The Jerk. They take Shardless Agent, 100%. Alright, Thoughtseize luck. Shardless Agent. Play Spire Bluff. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps and draw. They only play like 2 in their sideboard, right? I have no idea. Flash Borrower on their end step. Counterspell. Alright. We untap. Cascade? Cascade. Doing it now, even though that gives them more time to respond, because they would have to have force pitching something here. Put 8 power on the board. Pass the turn. Halsey? No, they don't. Esper Control generally doesn't play Thoughtseize in the main deck because Hand Hate and Counterspells don't play well with each other. We draw Crashing Footfalls, go to combat. Attack for 8. Opponent goes down to 4. Duder, welcome. It's not my birthday, but welcome. Appreciate the sentiment. Opponent's going to cast Damnation. And we're holding the cancel. Woo! We beat Esper Control at a deck I don't even know how to play, thanks to Aspiring Spike. Alright, I'm going to restart the client, and I will see you guys in round 2. I need to turn on the chat. And this. Ah. Yeah, everybody's super hype. How did you not expect this reaction? Yeah, I know, but he's resting. He needs his beauty sleep. No Cascade spell, no free counter magic, so we're gonna mulligan. Maybe this works? Opponent is a Luris deck. I think I'm actually gonna mulligan again. And I can work with this. We put back Scalding Tarn and Force. Oh. Whoops. I'm dumb. Anyway, can you watch? No. No stream for you. I should totally ASMR Magic Intensifies. Oh, I should do that. Just like be like for an April Fool's joke, just like record an entire league where you can only see the league and like the reflection of my massive sunglasses or something. Opponent cracks Bloodstained Mire. They get a mountain. And looking like just burn here. They play Eidolon of the Great Revel. Go to combat. They attack us for 1. We take 1. Crack Scalding Tarn. Get a Breeding Pool. Tapped. We untap. We draw Brazen Borrower. Play Spire Bluff Canal. Pass the turn. Opponent Lava Spikes us. Awesome. I will take a look in a minute. Thank you for finding that. I really do appreciate it. Opponent goes to combat. Oh, yeah. We can start up the gambling. Opponent suspends a Rift Bolt. And suspends a second Rift Bolt. So, on their end step, stomp. We untap. Draw Force. Play Misty. Crack for an island. I'm not above against playing 3-mana Teferi. Alright, opponent untaps. Rift Bolt number 1. Going to face. Rift Bolt number 2. We counter. So opponent gets to draw for turn. If they have Boros Charm or 2 burn spells, we're dead. They attack. Chump. Teferi's not blasphemy. Not when you play him with Silence as a way to make a 1-mana Time Warp. We go to 1. We draw Misty, which we can't play. Go to combat. Attack for 8. Play Bone Crusher. Pass the turn. The only way we win this is if my opponent has 2 lands in hand. There's land number 1. Searing Blaze. Well, that's unfortunate, but that's how it works. Okay. Versus Burn, I could be playing Commandeer. Rough and Tumble does kill a lot of stuff, actually. Just like a Pyroclasm effect. That might be better than Cryptic Command, which seems like it's reaching a little bit. Commandeer I can still technically play, although it's... Commandeer might actually be worse than Cryptic Command now that I sided out more blue, but we'll try it. No, I used to play Teferi in blue-white time warps because you could instant speed time warps on your opponent's turn with him. But you could also cast Silence on their upkeep, and then they just didn't get to play Magic for like 2 years, and it was fantastic. Alright, I will keep this. We have no... we have no Cascade spell, but we have a lot of cantripping ability here. Opponent leads on Lava Spike. Well, I don't particularly care about that. Untap. We draw another Dead and Gone. Play Forest. Pass the turn. Opponent shocks a Sacred Foundry. They play Eidolon. Dead the Eidolon. Untap. We draw another Force. Pass the turn. I think I would save Ice for tapping a creature, potentially. My opponent missing a land drop here is kind of big. So I'm going to force pitching Borrower. Is Dead and Gone literally better shock? No, it doesn't hit face. Gonna ice a land just to draw here. We draw Jace. Untap. We draw another Force. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play a Sunbaked Canyon. They play Eidolon. Sure. And then they pass. So... Dead the Eidolon. Which sounds like amazing English. Dead that Eidolon. Opponent Boros Charms, hitting themselves. Force Boros Charm, pitching Jace. We untap. We draw Shardless Agent. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps and draws. Opponent Lava Spikes. We have to take that. This is probably not good. Oh, they put Luris into their hand. Okay. Go ahead and ice. Need to draw land. We do get a land, but it is a shock land. Spire Bluff Canal. Perfect. Shardless Agent. Get ourselves some 8/8s. We only had to cascade across 20 cards to get there. Pass the turn. Opponent plays an Inspiring Vantage tapped. Lightning Helix is our face. We untap. Draw Scalding Tarn. Play Breeding Pool tapped. Go to combat. Attack for 10. Opponent's got nothing, they go to 7, so they have one unknown card in their hand and Luris. Skullcrack. I will counter Skullcrack. So opponent gets 2 draws here, and they have to draw Bolt Bolt. Or have, like, Swift Spear Burn spell. Opponent plays Luris. And suspends Rift Bolt, but that's not going to be good enough, I don't think. We draw Gemstone Caverns, go to combat. If I attack here, they take 5. Yeah, okay. I think this is lethal. Opponent goes to 1. So they have 2 draws to try and kill us. Because they can cycle Sunbaked Canyon. We go to 2. They draw. They cycle Sunbaked Canyon. Swift Spear is only 1 damage. They need something else. And a lightning helix. They were just slow rolling us. Alright, well we're 1-1, and I will need to be restarting the client again. So, while that is happening, let's go ahead and set up the prediction. I think I did that one right. Awesome. $10 points versus 10 points. I would throw points in, but I can't as the streamer, unfortunately. You better win. I have money on this game. Oh, gosh. Alrighty, gonna be starting round 3, and I won't forget to switch this time. Alright, I'll play first. Oh, you know what? This is really close. Man, this deck needs a triome. Just one. Just one. This is really close to a keepable hand. We have 2 stomps and ice. I should keep. We'll keep. We'll lead on Scalding Tarn, pass the turn. Opponent plays Valakut Stoneforge tapped. Alright, I'm not going to crack Scalding Tarn yet. We draw a mountain. Play a mountain, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play an island. Very scary. Fetch. Get a breeding pool. Ice the island. Opponent remands ice. Sure. We untap. We draw a Stomping Ground. Play a Gemstone Cavern. Cascade. Crashing Footfalls. Pass the turn. Now we have Force of Negation to protect ourselves, because our opponent was kind enough to remand instead of Mana Leak. Opponent plays an island. They pass. We untap. Draw another Bone Crusher Giant. Shock Stomping Ground. Go to combat. Attack for 8. Pass the turn. A money test. I don't know what that means. Is that some kind of euphemism? But congratulations on the interview. Opponent goes looting and makes a treasure. Sure. Oh, nice. Alright, they untap. Now we have Force plus Double Stomp, so if they just cast through the breach, they lose. They play a Spire Bluff Canal. Stop on their end step. Stomp. Opponent is going to Cryptic Command. Just force this. Game's over. Alright. Alright. Versus our opponent. Do we want Mystical Dispute? It's kind of reasonable. Deck is busted? Yeah, deck's good. And let's bring in Mystical Dispute. Dropping Dead and Gone. And then, like... just a Kano original brew wrecking like always. I've said multiple times this is Aspiring Spikes deck. Drop Jace. And I think I'm going to drop a Cryptic for a third Commandeer. We'll try it like this. You can never have too much free counter magic. As we all know. And I was like just complaining. Oh no, I understand what Kappa means. I just still have to respond like I'm outraged. I was gonna say, as we all know, the thing I was like complaining about #1 was free effects in Modern. Like culminating in like free counter spells. Oh jeez. Sure, just like it isn't your birthday, Kano. Yeah, when are we gonna get to the reverse psychology or the copy pasta level meme? Day 472 of my unbroken birthday wishing streak. I am beginning to believe the masses. Today might actually be my birthday. It's not. But nice try, though. I actually like this hand. I'm going to keep. We'll Gemstone Caverns, and we're going to exile Crashing Footfalls. Because it going off Suspend is going to be way too slow. Opponent leads on Steam Vents. We untap. Draw Scalding Tarn. Play Misty Rainforest. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play a Spire Bluff Canal. Crack Misty. Get Steam Vents. Untap. Draw Spire Bluff. Play Spire Bluff. Pass the turn. Right, one in every 364 to 365 days of the year. Y'all already know. It's no longer a secret. I did a birthday stream and everything. Alright, stop on my opponent's end step. Flash Brazen Borrower. Untap. We draw Stomping Ground. Play Stomping Ground tapped. Go to combat. Attack for 3. I don't remember what day that was, man. It was like a month ago. Oh, I totally know what that's like. I frequently have times where it's just like, I can't even remember what I ate for lunch today, so... good luck. Opponent tapping for 3. They're going to Archmage's Charm me. They're going to Archmage's Charm to draw cards. That's fine. Opponent untaps. They're up to 8 cards in hand. They play a River Glide Pathway. Stop on their end step. Stomp their face. We untap, draw Violent Outburst, play Scalding Tarn, go to combat, attack them for 3. Am I going to Commandeer through the breach? No, I can't. I don't have enough mana. And I don't have 2 blue cards in hand to pitch to Commandeer. I will Force of Negation a through the breach, though. That is absolutely a thing I will do. So stop on my opponent's end step. Whoops. Violent Outburst. Let's get ourselves some rhinos. If this is a cryptic, we Force of Negation. In fact, we might still Force of Negation. Actually, we just let this happen. Crack Scalding Tarn. Get a Breeding Pool. Tapped. Violent Outburst resolves. We untap. We draw Fire and Ice. Go to combat. Attack for 3. All I want is a rhinoceros for Christmas. I won't judge. Suspend Crashing Footfalls. Pass the turn. Now I can Commandeer through the breach. 3 mana. Opponent Archmage's Charm. They're going to draw more cards. They untap. They play an island. They're going to discard to hand size. They discard Engineered Explosives. Crashing Footfalls, technically on suspend. We draw island. Play an island. I can almost hard cast Commandeer at this point. Go to combat. Attack for 3. They're going to bounce it? Yeah, that's fine. Go to our second main. Cast Bone Crusher. What you got? Remand? Mana Leak? Counterspell? Counterspell. It's always Counterspell. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. We do not... Oh, we do actually, because we didn't tap out our other 3 mana. We do have Force with Commandeer backup. That's hilarious. Opponent casts through the breach. Force. Hey, it worked. Opponent plays a Valakut Stoneforge tapped. We untap. Suspend, taken down to 2. We draw Shardless Agent. That's kind of all I wanted for Christmas. Shardless Agent. Make some rhinos. Even if they do Through the Breach, they have to have Through the Breach plus Lightning Bolt. Because we're not dead to the Annihilator trigger, or our opponent attacking with Emrakul. Does Aeon's Torn have Trample? I can never remember because it's almost never relevant. Otherwise I could block with Brazen Borrower. It does not. Good to know. A bird can chump him? Nice. Excellent. Excellent. I have plans. That's kind of silly to hear. Chord for one for a bird. Yeah, like post Annihilator trigger, you just float all your mana. Chord for a bird. That's hilarious. Opponent is doing the big think. Alright, we untap. Crashing Footfalls taken down to 1. We draw a Violent Outburst. Go to combat. They're going to Aether Gust a token. Okay. We'll put the token on top. Go to combat. Attack for 6. Opponent is going to Snapcaster Mage. Problem is they're going to Snapcaster Mage Aether Gust, and I don't have a way to actually deal with that. Nice, Halsey. I can commandeer the Aether Gust, but I can't change its target to anything meaningful. I could Violent Outburst in response and get more rhinos. Oh, they're gonna Archmage's Charm. Okay. They move to blocks. They trade, then take 4. Are they going to Archmage's Charm here? Okay. In response... Oops. Oh, this is fine. In response, I'm going to cascade into even more rhinos. Trademark, all rights reserved. Then I'm actually going to commandeer this Archmage's Charm by pitching the rest of my hand. And if they have Mystical Dispute, we gain control, so it stays attacking. Opponent goes to 4. Pass the turn. We're still not dead to Through the Breach. We have to be killed by Through the Breach plus Lightning Bolt. 5 mana. Here comes Big Mama Emrakul. Opponent still has 2 cards left in their hand. They attack Annihilator 6. We get rid of our lands. We don't need them. Take 5. Or 15, excuse me. Go to 3. Kano can't brain. Alright. We untap. All 4 Crashing Footfalls will have been cast this game. So now, even if my opponent has Archmage's Charm to steal a rhino, we can still attack with 2 rhinos and they're still dead. They didn't have Flame Slash for a token. I think we got them. I'm not really sure what they could have that could win here. If they had 4 mana untapped, they might have been able to Cryptic and tap our guys, but Make more rhinos. Opponent Flusterstorms. You got it. Are you obligated to cast Time Warp when you resolve it? Off of Velomachus? Does Velomachus' ability contain the word may? Go to combat. Oh, the song. Yeah. Yeah. Hit him for 12. We win the match. So, believers. Believers get channel points. All 30 of them. All 30 of the channel points. All right. So Kano has to restart the client once again because it is lagging like nobody's business. And in the meantime, we will start up another prediction. Same one. For those of you that want to gamble away your channel points, you are welcome to try. Kano's priorities. Restart the client, talk in third person. Yep. Wow, 1K bet on win. That's a big pot if anybody wants to disbelieve. Magic ASMR stream when? Oh, that's been a joke that's haunted me forever. Nobody wants to hear me ASMR a whole stream. Or a whole video for that matter. I don't think my voice is that relaxing. All right, 1.5K versus 300 channel points. We got a doubter. We got a doubter. That's all right. It's all right. Gonna make some bank real quick. Phoenix. Oh man, your enthusiasm and belief in me is astounding. Wow. Who bet 8,500? Alright, I'd like to play first. Oh. Oh. High roller. Already spent all his channel points. At least it was in the side that had faith in me. It was 4. It was 4. I've made a mistake. This is a mulligan. Alright, I can work with this. We will keep this one. Put back Crashing Footfalls. Lead on Scalding Tarn. I live for the they can't have the 4th trap moments. My goodness. Man, Faithless looting was legal when that thing happened. We're going to lead on Scalding Tarn. We're going to end up fetching a Breeding Pool. Almost 100% here. Big Halsey regret. Opponent starts by fetching up a Windswept Heath to get a Snow-Covered Forest. This is a Yorion deck. Alright, crack Scalding Tarn. Get a Breeding Pool. Tapped. Utopia Sprawl resolves. Naming white. We draw Commandeer. Play Spire Bluff Canal, pass. On their upkeep, it's Let's go ahead and ice it for double the value. We draw Spire Bluff Canal. Ah, yes. All according to Keikaku. Opponent plays Misty. Play Spire Bluff. Pass the turn. Now we can Violent Outburst and have Commandeer back up. We can do it on their end step. Opponent plays a fetch land, fetches. Gets an island. They're going to play Renegade Rallier. We will Violent Outburst in response. It's Rhino time. Okay. Renegade Rallier, getting them back a land. Then they pass. We untap. We draw another Commandeer. Stomp the Rallier. Go to combat. Attack for 8. Pass the turn. We have Commandeer. We can pitch Commandeer and Cryptic. Or we can keep Cryptic and pitch Commandeer, Fire and Ice. I feel like Fire and Ice is going to have slightly more utility, though. Wow, opponent is going deep. Shocking here. Opponent plays Omen of the Sea. We don't care. They untap. They draw. Utopia Sprawl. That's fine. I'm going to play Enigmatic Incarnation. Let's go ahead and yeet. Steal it. No free creatures for you, opponent. The game is up. All right. So, versus not being punished for mainboard Commandeer enough, by the way. What do we want in this matchup? We actually probably want the Pyroclasms. And they're probably better than the Commandeer. Starting to think this bet was a good idea. Well, Halsey, just don't count your chickens before they hatch. That's all I'm going to say now. I'm going to cut a Cryptic, and I'm going to cut a Commandeer, and we're going to try it like this. Oh, yeah, this hand looks good. We got 2 dead and gone. We got a Force Negation, Brazen Borrower, and a Shardless Agent. I will be keeping. Opponent leads on Hallowed Fountain. We untap. Draw Violent Outburst. Play Scalding Tarn. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Temple Garden tapped. Crack Scalding Tarn. Get a Steam Vents. Getting Steam Vents because we have 2 dead and gones. Shock Stomping Ground. Pass the turn. We may need to brazenly borrow something here. By that I mean Petty Theft. Opponent is going to Spreading Seas or Stomping Ground. Do we care? I mean, it draws my opponent a card, and they haven't played a land yet. Actually, it does take us off green mana, but we can just Petty Theft and put it back in their hand. They play an island. Then they play Seal of Removal. That is actually a little frustrating. But I don't think I care that much. So stop on our opponent's end step. Petty Theft, Spreading Seas. Untap. We draw Bone Crusher Giant. Not this again. We need to draw a land. Woo! Go Downers! Opponent plays Prismatic Vista and cracks it. Gets a mountain. 4 mana, they play Enigmatic Incarnation. Oh crap, I have to pitch Shardless. Well, I have 2 Violent Outbursts. This is fine. We untap. Draw Fire and Ice. Pass the turn. The problem is, I can't stop them now from Spreading Seas to shut off my Stomping Ground. Alright. That is unfortunate. And they shock a Temple Garden, and then they play Imperial Recruiter. This is a replay of Game 2 versus Esper? I don't think so. Opponent gets Venser. Alright, we got an ice. Just a draw. Shardless Agent. Untap. Shardless Agent. Go ahead and stomp. Pass the turn. Get Recto. Opponent is going to Venser and bounce a land. That seems like the worst use of Venser I have ever seen. Replay that. Pass the turn. Opponent cracks Wooded Foothills. This is game 2. Opponent shocks Stomping Ground. They're going to Omen of the Forge us. Alright. Sigma, I know. I'm not like... I've been waiting to see if they would just pick it up on our end step. The intent is to respond to it. Should have played the fetch. Yeah. Alright. So opponent plays Enigmatic Incarnation. They get a Prismatic Vista. They attack us for 2. This is fine. We go to 11. And our opponent is probably going to sack Omen of the Forge for Renegade Rallier. Sanctum Prelate, choosing 0. Absolutely not, sir. Opponent is going to pick up Sanctum Prelate. That's fine. We untap. We draw Scalding Tarn. So play Misty, and we need green mana. So get a Forest. Shardless Agent. Make some rhinos. Opponent ephemerates Venser? What? Oh my gosh, really? Oh no. There goes my Steam Vents. So opponent has Sanctum Prelate and something else. Another Spreading Seas. Are you kidding me? What is this shenanigans? Yup. They have no enchantments to sack. Oh, never mind. They can sack Spreading Seas. They get Eternal Witness. Picking up Ephemerate? What is this deck? What is this deck? What is this deck? Please, somebody save me. Play Scalding Tarn. Crack. Get a mountain. If I dead anything, they just like Eternal Witness and get it back up. Ugh. Pass the turn. No attacks. Discard Crashing Footfalls. Whatever they target with Ephemerate's dying. Like that. But they presumably just have another Eternal Witness and could sack the Spreading Seas, so I don't know. Can I message him for the list? I should. Opponent plays Yori and they just blink everything. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yup. Oh my god, this is horrendous. Oh my god. It's just... We untap. God. What are 4/4s in the face of this awesome power? Commandeer's coming back in, as is Cryptic. Actually, Mystical Dispute probably should too. So we've got to go down to... We got to cut 4 cards. So I think I'm going to cut Jace. We need Dead and Gone. We need Bone Crusher. 4 Commandeer is probably excessive. And then I need to cut 1 more card. Alright, you know what? I'm going to cut back down to 2 Cryptics. We're going to try it like this. Cut Rhinos. I mean, I could cut, like, a card, but... I don't feel really comfortable doing that. We're on the play this time, so there's that. Well, I can't keep no mana. I might be able to keep this. I'm putting back Gemstone Caverns because I'm not likely to need it. We're going to lead on Steam Vents tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent draws. They play a forest. They Utopia Sprawl the forest. Well, we have another target for ice. We're trying to draw green mana. We draw a Cryptic, play an island, pass the turn. Stop on our opponent's upkeep. Ice the land. Opponent floats the mana, we draw Force. Turn off auto yields. Okay, whew, that was close. Opponent plays a Misty. Cracks Misty. Gets a forest. Utopia Sprawls that forest. Well, it's not worth forcing. We untap. We draw Bone Crusher Giant. Play an island. Cast Bone Crusher. Pass the turn. I might have to force like an enigmatic incarnation or something. But plays a Misty. Cracks Misty. It's a Stomping Ground untapped. They're going to Spreading Seas our red mana. I don't want to force and get rid of Cryptic. So we'll let them draw. And they're going to play Blood Moon. Doesn't this change this back to a mountain? Blood Moon is kind of a problem because I need to have green mana if I want to Cascade. Question is, do I force? Because I'm giving up Cryptic Command to do it. But I can't just draw one color of mana and then Violent Outburst, unless I draw exactly my basic forest. I actually think I let this Blood Moon resolve. Alright, we untap. Oh, we draw Misty. Play Misty. Go to combat. Attack for 4. I don't know how many islands I'm playing. I actually may have just made a huge mistake. Had our opponent down to 12. Yeah. Opponent puts Yorion into their hand. Tumble is 6 mana, so we're a ways off of that. Untap. We draw another force. Go to combat. Attack our opponent for 4. Take them to 8. Pass the turn. I do until they play Yorion, and then we're in trouble. So here comes Yorion. Opponent then casts Omen of the Forge. I'm going to counter that, because otherwise they can flicker it and then kill Bone Crusher. They can flicker Spreading Seas, but that gives us another island. Because of timestamp shenanigans. Unless they Spreading Seas their own land. That is also valid. We untap. We draw a card we cannot play. Pass the turn. Yeah, I guess I should have forced the Blood Moon. I didn't think about the fact that I could have top-decked a land there. I was, for some reason, thinking I could play Cryptic. Sterling Grove. I don't think I can let them have an enchantment tutor. Because otherwise they could just sack it and then go play an Enigmatic Incarnation, and we'd be in huge trouble. They Spreading Seas themselves. They play a land. They Spreading Seas themselves again. Then they play a Birds. So right now, it looks like the way that we're going to have to win is by drawing 2 lands and then casting Tumble, which is not all that likely. I mean, it would be helpful if I drew, like, Dead and Gone, because I could bounce Yorion with Gone. Although that would let them draw roughly 1,000,000 cards if I did. Of course they draw Enigmatic Incarnation. So they're going to sack Spreading Seas, get like a Renegade Rallier, and get back Spreading Seas. Imperial Recruiter. Getting Venser. Well, there goes all of our hopes and dreams. We draw Misty. Play Misty. Pass the turn. This deck might want a couple Force of Vigors. I could see it. I don't think this deck was tech to play against Blood Moon. So here comes Venser. They're going to bounce an island. Oh, yeah, you know what? They can bounce, or they can Venser every single turn. Because they can presumably go get Restoration Angel. Sithis, Harvest Hand. Yep. If their last card is not Ephemerate, we can Rough, which kills everything of theirs that doesn't fly. Provided, of course, my opponent doesn't get something more ridiculous. Which they're gonna. I like how we started at Pod, went to Vanifar, and now Enigmatic Incarnation is actually the most playable Pod-like effect. Because Neoform and Eldritch Evolution finally, like, killed Grizzlebrand. Opponent gets a copy of Imperial Recruiter with Glasspool Mimic. Are they getting a second Venser? Eternal Witness, okay. Well, untap. We draw Fire and Ice. So, what do we do here? Play an island. Play Rough. Deal 2 damage to each creature without flying, which will wipe most of the board. Okay. The problem is my opponent's just going to play Eternal Witness and get back Venser because I have no Grave Hate. I can attack here, and I can kill Yorion, but if they Eternal Witness Yorion, I think that's even worse than if they get back Venser. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They draw. I mean, there's always the chance we draw our Singleton Forest, right? So opponent plays Eternal Witness. Picks up maybe Glasspool Mimic, making a copy of Eternal Witness, then picks up Venser. Hey, I was right. Or they could Glasspool Mimic Yorion. That'd be something. 4 mana. Your disappointment is immeasurable and your day is ruined? Hey, I'm not the one who gambled. I didn't say bet on Kano, it's a sure thing. When did I say that? AK Tank 420, thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated. You're a wonderful human being and I appreciate your support. I'm sorry for having faith in you. I've learned. You came to the casino and thought you'd leave a winner? Alright. In the end, the true punter was Halsey all along. Opponent, Renegade Rallier's back. Spreading Seas. Spreading Seas themselves to draw. Man, do I just start burning their face? That can't possibly be right, can it? I could fire and kill both Eternal Witnesses, which could matter. But they have more Eternal Witnesses and presumably can just loop. I think we'll try it. That sucks. Don't see another option outside of just burning them. Yeah, I definitely should have. We untap. We draw Brazen Borrower. Brazen Borrower matters here, actually. Because I can bounce that Blood Moon. Hang on a minute. If on their end step... Let's see. Because they're going to ephemerate on her upkeep. Presumably they're going to want to bounce stuff with Venser. How do we do this? Because I can do it sorcery speed. But then my opponent just bounces all the tokens and it doesn't matter. I think we have to do it on our opponent's turn in response to whatever Venser shenanigans they're going to pull off, which is a lot. If we have a third island to draw, which I have not checked the deck list. We do have a third island. If we draw the third island, we can then Cryptic Command to tap all their stuff. But yes, I have to hope that my opponent actually casts Venser in response to this Ephemerate or something. Why hasn't Yorion been attacking? Because my opponent is caring a lot more about having fun than anything else. They're picking up Ephemerate. They draw a card. They play Imperial Recruiter. They get Charming Prince. They play Charming Prince. They gain 3 life. Now they start attacking. Oh, they weren't attacking with Yorion because they were at 8 and we had a Bone Crusher Giant. Yeah, we'll try and Petty Theft the Blood Moon. Oh, I shouldn't do this. They have Magus of the Moon. This is terrible. They have Veil of Summer? The one spell we want them to Venser, and they have Veil of Summer. Are you kidding me? In a Yorion deck. Oh my god. This is game 3. Opponent picks up Veil of Summer, infinite Veil of Summers. Alright, we untap. Yeah, we concede. We actually can't beat that. We can't beat them holding up Venser with freaking Ephemerate and just buying back anything they want to off of Eternal Witness. Sorry. Sorry, Halsey. I've already lost. Doubters. Doubters, you win the prediction. That'd be 6 Sigma and somebody else. Phoenix? Oh my goodness. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and restart the client, and of course, we will have one more prediction starting now. Yeah, mods. The mods are in on it. Kano's throwing for content to fuel his mods' deck suggestion points. I tried. I really tried. Oh, man. I'm sorry, Halsey, but I wouldn't have bet that much, man. That's some impressive faith that you no longer have with me. All right. No more bets. You're cashing out. You're not even gonna give them the courtesy of potentially winning their stuff back. Wow. Wow, Phoenix. Yeah, it's cool. I already cashed out, man. It's almost like it's gambling. Yeah, no kidding. Oh, man. You guys went too big too quick. All right. Round 5, here we go. This won't fuel small kids into casinos later in life. All right, it's about an even split. This hand isn't bad. It just doesn't do a whole lot. We are on the draw, though, and we do have all of our colors of mana. I think I am going to keep this. When it leads on Watery Grave tapped. We draw Shardless Agent. That's a good draw. Play Scalding Tarn. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play a Dark Slick Shores. And they pass. On their end step, crack Scalding Tarn. Get a Breeding Pool. Tapped. Untap. We draw another Dead and Gone. Shock Steam Vents. We have to worry about Counterspell. It's the same as worrying about Mana Leak. Like, 9 times out of 10. Opponent plays a Scalding Tarn. Alright, hit him with the Bait Stomp. You can counter 2 cards if you counter that one, opponent. They don't take the bait. Alright, we untap. We draw Spire Bluff. Play Spire Bluff. Pass the turn. Man, I'm going to have to update Battle of Wits. Okay, opponent fetches up another Watery Grave tapped. So they're either Grixis or Dimir. They play a Swamp. They're looking like Dimir. Alright, hit him with the Brazen Borrower. Do we wait on Agent, or do we do the Instant Speed Cascade? It kind of depends on what we draw. I'm going to flash Brazen Borrower again on their end step. I could just cast Bone Crusher here, but I want to keep pressuring their mana at end step. If my opponent was to like tap out for Jace or something like that, I would play Violent Outburst immediately. But Brazen Borrower number 2. Okay. We get Cryptic. Untap. We draw Crashing Footfalls. Not really what I wanted to draw, but Shardless Agent, because my opponent's tapped out. Hit Crashing Footfalls. If they have Force, we get 2 cards out of their hand, but they don't. Pass the turn. Well, we got 10 power on board. Opponent is now staring down a 2-turn clock. And we're about to untap, and if we draw a land, have Cryptic. Opponent plays an island. Then passes. We untap. We draw another Shardless Agent. Go to combat. Swing out. Opponent is going to drown in the lock. I think that's fine. And they're going to Snapcaster Drown. And and block. That's fine, we'll just Shardless Agent again. So they're willing to take the 4. I think in this case, because they have an active Drown in the lock, and they could counter basically both Rhinos, I'm going to wait until they cast it, then do this. And the reason I'm doing this on my turn is because they probably still have counter spells. It is unlikely they play Damnation in the main. Now, they could have Fatal Push, Snap, Fatal Push, or something similar. A Borrower and yeet a Rhino. We untap. Draw a Mountain. Play a Mountain. Go to combat. Attack for 4. I don't think I leave up Cryptic. Hit them for 8. Cast Shardless. Cast Rhinos. Opponent has Cryptic Counterbounce. That is unfortunate. But we're left with a 2-2. It's something, I guess. Pass the turn. Now we're going to have to try and win this game fairly with Bone Crusher Giants. Alright, opponent passes. We untap. Doubters, doubters, doubters. We draw Commandeer. Go to combat. Attack for 2. Opponent takes 2, goes to 6. Cast Bone Crusher. Opponent is going to Snapcaster Mage. Are you really going to Cryptic again? You must be real fun at parties. Why not suspend the Rhinos? Because I don't want my opponent to know I'm holding the 4th one. Cryptic counter draw. If only I could Commandeer. Dead Snapcaster. Alright. Opponent untaps. They play a Field of Ruin. They activating it here? Get a Forest. Opponent gets an Island. That does take us off Cryptic mana. Now they have Fatal Push. That makes sense. We untap. Draw Violent Outburst, which unfortunately does nothing. Oh, hang on. No. Okay, I've got 3 in the grave. Suspend Crashing Footfalls, pass the turn. If my opponent flashes in Brazen Borrower, we try and dead it. Alright, they get a Flyer. Dead. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They pass. We untap. Footfall's ticking down. We draw Fire and Ice. Pass the turn. Oh yeah, that's going to be a real treasure for him. This one's the same way. Opponent casts Shadow of Doubt. Expecting a lot of library searching, are ya? They opt. Then they cast Vendilion Click. Well, I cannot Cryptic that, so I think I'm going to Fire, pinging it and pinging them. They're going to click themselves. I'm going to let that happen. Oh, they have Bitter Blossom. You know what? We're going to pass. If I've got to take a hit from Vendilion Click, then so be it. I don't think I can tap out or drop resources out of Commandeer. Alright, now my opponent can only take Violent Outburst. Because everything else is too high of CMC. They go to combat. Fire and Ice does count as a blue card, yes. It is both blue and red. It's a simple dog. It's an honest pupper. Alright, opponent passes. We're going to wait. Untap, Footfalls ticking down. Draw Brazen Borrower. She's just a tool. Oh, fun. I don't want to ice. I do want to fire. So we're going to fire on my opponent's upkeep. Once again, because now if I have to commandeer, I still can. Opponent's going to Shadow of Doubt. Suppose I can fire in response. Alright, pass the turn. Opponent really is trying to put pressure on the fetch lands. They have multiple main deck Shadow of Doubts. They Inquisition. We can't target anything with Brazen Borrower, and we can't flash it. And I'm not going to commandeer an Inquisition dumping this much stuff. So they play Mutavault. Oh no! A threat! We untap. Crashing Footfalls ticks down to 1. We draw Dead and Gone. Pass the turn. I mean, it's going to come down to whether or not this Crashing Footfalls resolves. Hey, Tarek. We are, in fact, playing a deck that's playing Commandeer in the main. Because I don't have Subtlety. Opponent passes. This is probably going to be a counterspell. They've had one card in their hand for a very long time. Siri, play Nickelback. You're welcome. Opponent counters, I can't do anything about it. We draw. Scalding Tarn, perfect. Now I can Cryptic Command. Crack Scalding Tarn. Get a basic island. Pass the turn. Oh, man. I will say one of my favorite song edits of all time is an edit of that song. And it's just like, look at this graph. And it's just like... it's so dumb. Alright, kill the Mutavault. Opponent is passing. Wonderful. We untap. Draw Shardless. Well, at this point, we just hold on to Shardless, because I'm probably going to need to Cryptic. Sissio, welcome. How's it going? Opponent untaps. They play a Dark Slick Shores tapped. And pass. We untap. Yeah, play a Walker. Draw Steam Vents. Play Steam Vents tapped. Pass the turn. Blame Bone Daddy and all of the messed up people. I don't know. I have nothing to do with it. Other than being the punchline for everyone's jokes. No, what? Yeah, the cool thing I can't talk about fell through, so everything, you know, don't worry about it. You are the head of the community. Yeah, no, I know. So, play Shardless Agent. Cascade into nothing. 31 cards into the revealed zone. Pass the turn. Cryptic backup here. They're just going to kill it, aren't they? When are you going to tell us what this thing could have been? I actually can't. I maybe could have told you guys if it had gone through, but I actually can't talk about it. And that's not me just being like... just being a dick and being like, oh, I've got something I can't talk to you about. I actually, like, can't talk about it. So, go to combat. Attack for 2, take our opponent to 3. We can now hardcast Commandeer. Opponent draws. They play a Polluted Delta, which, if we connect with this Shardless Agent, they won't be able to cast anything. But they won't be able to crack either of those lands. We untap. We draw Gemstone Caverns. Play Gemstone Caverns. Go to combat. Phoenix. Kano 47 almost got a new assignment. Opponent is going to Petty Theft. I guess we'll Cryptic counter draw. Remember the stream sniping? Opponent Cryptics are Cryptic. What a jerk. We put Shardless back into our hand. Well, replay Shardless. Cascade into nothing. Nice! Good job, Sissia. I counter the counter that countered your counter. Muda, 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 muda! Nice. Alright, well, the good news is Brazen Borrower can only block things without flying. We untap. Draw Misty, go to combat. Attack them for 2, take them to 1. You watched all of JoJo last week? Nice. I think I've seen all 5 parts at least 3 times. I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's a lot of fun. Except Vento Oreo. Crunchyroll's got it. Pretty sure. Did we get you, opponent? Finally! After 20 turns! Mystical Disputes in for sure. Drop Cryptic, drop Jace. I almost want Leyline of the Void. Almost. I have to play Resident Evil 8, and now you give me more to do. You know me. Something related to that. Drop, you know what, I'm actually going to drop a Cryptic and a Commandeer. I think Mystical Dispute's going to cover enough. Commandeer is too many resources versus the Dimir deck, and Cryptic is hard to cast. As the last game showed us. Very close. I think I am going to keep this. This would be way better on the play, but... Opponent leads on Watery Grave tapped. We untap. Draw Violent Outburst. So, play Scalding Tarn. Preemptively fetch for Breeding Pool because my opponent has a million Shadow of Doubts in their deck. Nice. Opponent plays an island. Plays Bitter Blossom. We untap. Draw an island. Shock Steam Vents. This gives us the most options. Although we may just be tapping a land here with ice. Opponent makes a token. Oh yeah, it's fun. That's a real fun time. Okay, opponent is passing. So on their end step, let's go ahead and ice Watery Grave. So as long as they don't have... Dang it, I really wish we would stop drawing those. As long as they don't have Force of Negation, we can resolve Violent Outburst. I can play Shardless Agent, but that plays into Mystical Dispute. So we're going to do this now. Opponent could always have Fatal Push, Snapcaster, Fatal Push, but then that would take up their entire turn, and we could follow this up with a Shardless Agent. Make Rhinos. Man, I love JoJo's. I really do. I should make more meme videos, because I had a lot of JoJo's memes. My favorite was all of the camera trickery I had to do to make the Zowardo work. Zowardo! Zawardo. Have I watched Tokyo Ghoul? No, I think it's dumb. We can hit for 1. I know that was like a really snap, harsh judgment. That was excessively harsh even for me. But I really did try, and I could not get into that one. Shardless Agent. The anime is trash, the manga is better. No surprise. So, being a huge fan of Berserk, oh my gosh, the semi 3D animation version of Berserk, the more recent season, not the hand animated season from forever ago. That's beautiful. The new one is such garbage. It is unbelievably horrendous. But yeah, the manga is generally better. Unless, like, the only time the manga is not better is if the artist was really developing their style and it's hard for you to get over. Like, the first 3 arcs of JoJo's, if you actually go back and read the original manga, it's tough to look at, I'll be honest. Opponent's going to Fatal Push a token. Then they pass. They're going to attack us for 2. Hit us down to 14. So on their end step, dead a fairy. So I think red land is probably our best top deck here. We untap. That is technically a red land. Play Misty. Go to combat. How long do you think it'll take you to move 96 volumes of One Piece to your iPad? A long time, if I had to guess. Opponent, no blocks. You think you're going to pull the plug? Been thinking about buying 2 Modern Horizons 2 boxes and a playset of each fetch and paper? I think Modern Horizons 2 is pretty likely to hold value. Not that I know anything about MTG investment, but... Opponent untaps, Bitter Blossom trigger. They lose life, they go to 9. I still would like to get a hold of some if I could, but I don't think it's likely that I will. Opponent animates Mutavault. They go to combat. They attack for 4. So let's go ahead and dead the Mutavault. Opponent has Counterspell. Well, now that they've tapped out of Shadow of Doubt, fetch with Misty, get a Steam Vents, untapped. Then we stomp the Mutavault. And we win. Believers. Believers getting the prediction. All right. Man, I got phaged like 3 Momir games in a row, which is incredibly unlikely. Like, I know your pain. It sucks so much. Because it's like, how many 7-drops are there? Like 1,000? It's just unbelievable when it happens. Alright, we open up our treasure chest. We get Vulturous Zombie. Wow. Plaza of Harmony and 5 play points. That's probably the worst trophy. Okay. Hang on. Let's take a look at... Oh, I don't know if I have a copy. I want to take a look at this deck that I was sent. I don't want to do that. I want to... Notepad, save me. Let's take a look at this confinement deck. Wow, alright. Oh, it's a gifts deck. I like it. Oh my gosh, Solitary Confinement and Squee. You want to see Nahiri Boom again? Well, Vindicate's modern legal, and I'm pretty sure I have Vindicates. Put Squee in Solitary Confinement. Yeah, I do have Vindicates, so I can actually build a an Orzhov deck. What is the sideboard for this deck? The sideboard is Zurin Orb, then Veil of Summers, a Dryad, Ghost Quarters ×3, Narset Stony Silence to Fairy, then Chalice, Ashiok, and Tracker. All right. So what does this deck do? I mean, I'm down to take a look. I just wanted to see this one. Because somebody else said that somebody was having some success with this list. This does seem like fun. And by fun, I mean the lack thereof for your opponent. But it looks a little more complicated to play than I would think it would be. Let's see what Phoenix's list looks like. Oh, Enchantress? I could play Enchantress. That's a lot easier to think about. Problem is I don't have Sithis. Unless the draft queues are open and I can start getting the cards. They are not. How about sealed? Nope. Is there like pre-release? 1 day, 20 hours, limited preliminaries, but none of these have fired yet. Sithis. Not syphilis. Yeah, I can't play this list yet, unfortunately, but I will keep it in mind after the cards, after the cards release. Man, what else? You know what? I want to build an Orzhov deck. Let's build an Orzhov deck with Vindicate and Smallpox. Hashtag reloading the client. Yep. Righty then. Yeah, no kidding, right? So I want Smallpox. Let's get us some Vindicate. Smallpox, Vindicate. We need Liliana for our Stacks engine. What else do we need in this deck? I need to get around to reading One Piece. Inquisition, Thoughtseize, Smallpox, Vindicate. Lingering Souls? Probably want Kaya's Guile. At least as a 2 of. We need some 2 mana removal. Do I really not have any Vanishing Verse? I do not. Okay. No, it's okay. I've read all of Berserk. And I don't have the time currently in my life to go back and do it again. I will when I start to miss it, though. 2 mana removal spell of choice here. I actually want Oust as my 1 mana removal spell. I need some tough in the 2 mana slot. What else do we play? In Orzhov. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks, Halsey. Let's take a look here. Oh, collective brutality. We could do Bloodgat. Oh, Sedgemoor Witch. That's the one. This card's actually fantastic with Smallpox. It's a great win condition. What exactly are we on? We're trying to build Orzhov of Attrition, basically. The problem is I'm gonna need to lower the curve. I don't wanna do Davriel. I saw a deck where somebody was collective brutalitying to discard Sedgemoor Witch to unearth her, which I kind of like the idea of. So let's do that. Can play like a couple of unearths. Because they cycle at least. Actually, if I'm playing Fulminator Mage, is there any reason to not play... Or if I'm playing Unearth, is there any reason to not play Fulminator? This is close, but I don't think this is the deck I was looking for. Is it? It might be. You know what? Let's take this deck and just slot Vindicate into it. Thank you. Because we definitely don't need Thrun. Mardu Nahiri with Vindicate? Mardu is tempting. So we wouldn't be playing Deadly Brew. Actually, let me read Deadly Brew really quick. Each player sacrifices a permanent. Our creature or planeswalker. If you sacrificed a permanent this way, you may return another permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. It's actually not bad. Deadly Brew might still be better in this slot, but let's main deck the Fulminator Mages, drop the Vanishing Verses. We'll play another couple of Unearths. I'm going to kind of go in on this strategy here. And if that's the case, what I'll do is I'll cut a Thoughtseize and an Inquisition, and instead we'll play 2 Collective Brutality. Liliana's Edict. Oh, we're not playing Liliana in this version. I do want another land, though. And I think I want it to be a plains. All right. So I just need to get a couple of Sedgemoor Witches and fill the sideboard back out. So we'll do Vindicate, 4 in the sideboard, which we can bring in if our opponent has any particular problematic permanent. I can think of a few situations where it might be better than some of the other cards in our list. And then 2 more cards. We're maxed out on Surgicals. Was there any good equipment that got reprinted into Modern? No, most of the equipment is Modern legal. Fire and Ice, Feast and Famine. You know what? I'll just put 2 more Collective Brutality in the sideboard, and we'll call it good. All right, let me get some Sedgemoor Witches. I don't think this deck is actually going to be the best Orzhov deck we could build, now that I'm looking at it. Like, this deck will be fun. But I want to play Vindicate as, like, Killspell Senior. Biggest hype card and biggest what card in Modern Horizons 2? Oh, like, card I'm most hyped to play? Probably the mono-red Warp World effect and the... Yes, the kill spell. Alright, I'm going to take this into a 2-man. It's just an upgraded Wrath of God, but it's only playable in Orzhov or Esper decks. And I think in Esper decks it does not displace Supreme Verdict. You think you just updated your Martyr proc list? What'd you do to it? Did I finish out the last prediction? I don't remember now. Yes, I did. Okay. I mean, you can play it in a mono-white list, yes. That's true. Actually, that's kind of funny. But Wraths generally get around protection. So, I'm wondering if there's a circumstances where a white deck would play that card as a Wrath of God. It is not a damnation. It doesn't have the regeneration text writer. Not that that matters in 99% of circumstances, but if you come up against that one guy playing Thrun, then yes, it does matter. It's not like it's just strictly better or anything, though. Actually, it is worse in a lot of situations because hand hate is very prevalent in Modern. So if you get Inquisitioned and they can take your Wrath, that's bad. You included Esper Sentinel and Abiding Grace? What card's Abiding Grace? Oh, yeah, I know which one you're talking about. The enchantment that reanimates constantly? Oh, really? Huh, I was wrong. The hand hate point still stands, though. Yes, Thoughtseize gets it either way, just like everything else. Nobody's playing in the two-man queue at all. You just want somebody to use it in a mono-white list and go against an Eldrazi-tron list using Urborg? I mean, like, that is something you could technically do. I don't know why you would do it, but yes, you could. No, you don't need to queue up against me if you don't want to. Alright, here we go. Someone queued in. This is a mulligan. This is significantly better, I will keep. Put back Marsh Flats. Nice. Opponent leads on Mutavault into an Aether Vial. Okay. We draw Silent Clearing. Play Godless Shrine tapped. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Aether Vial going up to 1. It's Merfolk! They animate Mutavault. Get in for 2. We untap. Draw Urborg. Play Flagstones. Play Stoneforge Mystic. We just get Batterskull, right? Like, Fire and Ice is great here, but I think Batterskull is better. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Aether Vial ticking up to 2. They're going to Vial in a 2-drop. It's Silvergill Adept. So they draw a card. They Spreading Seas our Godless Shrine. I think they're trying to draw a land. They drew a Mutavault. They dismember Stoneforge Mystic. Alright, we untap. We draw a Fatal Push. So play an Urborg. Then Bloodchief's Thirst. Pass the turn. Opponent's Aether Vial. They're probably leaving it on 2. They are. They play an island. Animate Mutavault. And they animate Mutavault. They go to combat. They attack for 4. Push 1. They're going to Vial in a Lord. Take 3 instead of our original 4. We untap, draw Marsh Flats. So let's make them sack. We'll gain 4 life. Play Godless Shrine tapped. Pass the turn. Put it untapped. Aether Vial staying on 2. They draw a card up to 4 cards in hand. They play a land. They play Benthic. I always say Benthic. It's Benthic Biomancer, named after the Benthic zone. Attack us for 2. Go to 17. Untap, draw Godless Shrine. Play Silent Clearing. Play Batterskull. Really hope they don't have a Spell Pierce. Living Weapon. We have a 4/4. Opponent untaps. So they're looting with the Biomancer, ditching a cavern. They put in Master of the Pearl Trident. And they animate Mutavault. They can attack for 6 because they have Island Walk. We take 6, go to 11, untap, we draw Kaya's Guile. So play Marsh Flats, go to combat, attack for 4. Opponent's not going to block. We go back up to 15, and we can entwine Kaya's Guile, which feels pretty freaking awesome. Maximum value. Card's great. Basically an excellent Orzhov command. Way better than the Strixhaven commands. They pitch Spreading Seas to Force of Negation. I guess I could have technically tried to play around Force Negation, but I didn't. Opponent's going to vial in the only card in their hand, which is a Silvergill Adept. They animate Mutavault. They go to combat and attack for 6. We can't block. They play another Mutavault. We untap. We draw Stoneforge Mystic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Shock Godless Shrine. Bone Daddy, what's up? Stoneforge Mystic is going to get us Sword of Fire and Ice. Awesome! Equip the Germ. Did you finally get an updated computer? Attack for a lot. If opponent wants to, they can block with Mutavault, but I think this is now a losing game for them. Kill Master of the Pearl Trident. Draw Ghost Quarter, pass the turn. Oh, the stream is just on a low enough quality today? Alright, I didn't change any settings on my end, so... Spooky, scary skeletons intensifies. Well, I'm glad that you're able to join us today, man. We untap. Draw Inquisition. Cycle Silent Clearing. It's a Plains. Play Ghost Quarter. Give me the old Inquisition. Opponent is going to dismember to shrink the germ to a 1/1. You merely didn't delay the inevitable, opponent. Pass the turn. They untap. And scoop. Nice. Versus Merfolk, I definitely want more collective brutality. Fulminator is less important. As is Thoughtseize, I think. I would rather have, like, Vindicate and Kaya's Guile. Let's try like this. At least with Vindicate, we can take out the Aether Vials. That took way longer to think of than I thought it should. The actual Modern Horizons 2 cards aren't out yet, but the cards that are legal in Modern that are currently obtainable you can play. So, Vindicate as an example. But I will... There's several decks I'm going to play as soon as I get a hold of the cards, which will start tomorrow. Like, some people have a couple of the... like, Aspiring Spike actually has subtlety and stuff. Chance Encounter. Oh, is that a reprint? Really? I thought that was a new card. I'm going to keep this. Opponent leads on island. We draw a Plains. Godless Shrine tapped. Pass the turn. It's from Odyssey? Sweet. I didn't know that. Oh, that's Sean. Thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated. You're a wonderful human being, and I appreciate the support. Play a Plains. Max mode brutality. Duress, kill, drain, ditch, Lingering Souls, and Sedgemoor Witch. His name is Bone Daddy, and he's mentioning Chance Encounter. Sounds like some Craigslist shit. I'm pretty sure that's why he changed his name to that originally. Was to just meme on me. Opponent plays Mutavault. Gets back a Marrow Razor. We untap. We draw Stoneforge Mystic. So we can either Mystic, or we can reanimate Sedgemoor Witch. I think I'm going to reanimate Sedgemoor Witch. And we'll just leave up Fatal Push here. Pass the turn. Yeah, the Diabolic Tutor, I remember now. Because I said something like... I said something to that effect. Because it was... We started by saying he was the Diabolic Tutor, and then I edited him into a meme, and I don't make meme videos anymore, because I don't have the time to edit. And I said Bone Daddy, and it was hilarious because he was like bankrolling my channel. Still is, by a wide margin. So opponent cast Benthic Biomancer, untaps the land they used to cast it. How wide? You guys... It's still pretty wide. Because while you did technically out-donate him during the birthday stream, he has, he's contributed a lot over the years, so... Alright, opponent plays a Lord of Atlantis. We're going to tap there. So we get the ward. Imagine the girth. Oh, gosh. Alright, so we are going to Fatal Push Lord of Atlantis. Oh, gosh. We get a 1-1. Then we chump Marrow Razor, gaining a life. Untap. We draw Vindicate. So, Godless Shrine tapped. Vindicate Marrow Razor. Go to combat. Attack for 3. That has Menace, sir. Your LGS is starting a Modern FNM this week. Modern deck is in storage for 2 months. What very, very budget deck should I play? 2 Countryside Crusher, 58 Mountains. .3% of the time it works every time. I actually think Countryside Crusher might be expensive now because it was only printed during Lorwyn. So that deck may not actually be budget. I'm trying to think of another budget Modern deck that's actually budget. I haven't kept up on paper prices in so long, though. Like, any knowledge I have is going to be super out of date. We draw Godless Shrine. So, play Stoneforge Mystic. Let's go get Sword of Fire and Ice. Play Godless Shrine. Play the sword. Pass the turn. Modern Masters? Okay, I didn't know that. Is 8-whack still a thing? 8-whack is never not a thing. It's just become less popular. I actually... So, on my channel on YouTube, there is a deck... There's a video labeled Budget Bracket Busting. And I talk about $7 mono red. That deck is really powerful and only plays basic mountains. On Moto, it's $7. In paper, I imagine it's a little bit more. But even though that doesn't use the newest cards that like potentially there might be some changes you can make to make it more optimal, I know that deck is super strong. That's about as glass cannon 8-whack as you can get. Alright, opponent plays a Mutavault. Man, Sword of Fire and Ice really invalidates Merfolk as a strategy. No worries, happy to help. Thanks again for subscribing, by the way. Opponent plays Master of the Pearl Trident. Tarek, welcome back. Did you miss any good punts? No, I don't think I've punted that much. Not today, anyway. Opponent plays another Master of the Pearl Trident. So that's annoying. They're going to hit us for 12, and we don't have a way to gain life. That is what we call a problem. Because I decided to get Sword of Fire and Ice rather than Batterskull. So they're going to hit us for 12. And we have to kill either our own land that has Spreading Seas on it. Does that do anything? Yes, actually it does. So we can suit up Stoneforge Mystic. I can kill a master. Okay. Equip Stoneforge Mystic. Go to combat. Attack with Stoneforge Mystic. We get to draw a card, and if we draw Smallpox, it's great. Going to shoot a master. We get a Lingering Souls. That does not help. 2 modes. Kill Drain. I don't think this keeps us alive. My opponent only had 1 master, it might, but... We'll get a Pest, but we can't do any blocking. And we're only at 9 life. Yeah, we're dead. Alright. On to game 3. Run it back. I mean, maybe I should be dropping Lingering Souls in favor of Kaya's Guile and Vindicates, but I think it's fine. You think Modern Merfolk has legs after Modern Horizons 2? Is it still a meme deck? I don't think it's actually going to be that great of a deck. It's kind of always been tier 2, but the new Merfolk God definitely doesn't hurt. I think that card's great, but just realized that I asked if Merfolk had legs. Oh my gosh. I didn't catch that, but that's great. I get that land tapper, Rishad and Dockhand. I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, I saw that. The Manaless Affinity list actually has some game. We gotta mulligan that. We can't keep a 1-lander. This hand is much, much better. I will keep. I'm gonna put back Ghost Quarter. The 1-drop with Kicker Seize Claim is actually a huge deal. What card is most likely to get banned either because of or that's in Modern Horizons 2? A free effect. Something you don't have to pay mana for. Okay, opponent plays Benthic Biomancer. So we are going to fetch, get a swamp, and push Biomancer off a cliff. We untap. Maybe they'll ban the White Evoke Mythic. Oh no. Play Stoneforge Mystic. Free swords equals 2 strong. No. You're trolling. Get out of here. Get out of here with that trolling. Get Batterskull. Pass the turn. Well, the good news is if they kill Stoneforge Mystic, we can unearth it and go get Sword of Fire and Ice. We will hear Bone Daddy scream from many kilometers. So they dismember to kill Stoneforge. We draw another swamp. I'm going to play around Spell Pierce, because I'm good at this game. Reanimate Stoneforge. Go get Sword of Fire and Ice. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps, they play an island. Can't wait for the death of Unlife. They play Relic. Relic, slightly too late. We untap. We draw Inquisition. Hand check. A Lord of Atlantis and another Master. So, other merfolk. Other merfolk. Take Master. Play Urborg. I guess there's no reason to do it at sorcery speed. Opponent untaps. They relic us. They play Lord of Atlantis. They play an island, so they still have Minamo in their hand. They go to combat. No attacks. Alright, it's time for a Batterskull wielding a sword of fire and ice. Untap. Draw Sedgemoor Witch. Germ Token 2 strong. Opponent sacks Relic in response. They're looking for another Dismember. They don't find it. Alright, shoot our opponent. It's like the germs I have in my shower. That's disgusting. Oh, man, gross. That's a big germ. Call it the vid. Oh, gosh. Our opponent didn't use hand sanitizer, that's for sure. All right. Is there anything else that's out or that got reprinted that we can play with? That might be fun. Sanctum Prelate. Do you have a list, or do you want to brew with it? I had it played against me, and it was pretty decent. It is only available on Modo through Treasure Chest, I think. Modern Horizons 2 is not draftable yet. Play some kind of 3-color humans. I actually kind of want to take a stab at mono white humans. Why is my phone like freaking out right now? It's weird. So I think you can get promos of the Modern Horizons 2 cards through treasure chests. So I think if somebody did a mass treasure chest opening, they might get the card. I'm not going to do that because it's only a day early. Like we did 3-2 a league and open a treasure chest, but there's no limited queue for it now. I mean, if there is, I would be stoked, but there is not. Max Holland 17, thank you for following. Sigma, you up for a round or two of Momir? All right. Then, I think we're going to finish off the day's stream doing that. I don't have the stuff for Mojhosto, so we'll just do Momir. I need to remember to do that on a non-stream day. I also have no idea. Oh, you have it for me? I mean, then we can do it. Careful of phage. I live dangerously. Whoop. Turn off the filter. Oh, there they are. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, phage just immediately loses you the game. No, it's funny. It's strategic. You just don't make 7 drops. You avoid making 7 drops. Do we do this via freeform decks, I think? Right? Hang on. Properties. Freeform Vanguard, right? Alright, I chose Freeform Vanguard. That seemed to do it. Alright. Wanna do this through direct challenge then? Alright, sounds good. Alright. See if that works. Good luck. Alright, I would like to play first. Oh, our starting hand size is 9. Well, this will be fun. I will keep 9 cards. So she costs 3 to activate. And then we equip a random equipment whenever we make a creature. So make a 1/1. It is a 1-mana 1/1 Merfolk, Stonehewer Giant, and it gets in a quarter shield. Pass the turn. 1/4 Vigilance. Alright. Opponent's also making a 1/1, or a 1-drop. Uraga Tree Speaker. That is a really, really good 1-drop. Oh. If he's got a forest, like, I am going to be completely destroyed. Alright, we untap. We got to find something to answer that. Play a swamp. We will make a 2-drop. We're going to ditch a forest. We get a Bull Aurochs, which is a 2-mana 2/1 with trample. With whenever another Bull Aurochs is... Colossus Hammer! Alright, game's going to be over quick. The old Colossus Hammer on a Bull Aurochs trick. Nobody expects the Aurochs Inquisition. Lots of 0-drop artifacts showing up today. Hammer time, too good. Masked Blackguard. Also getting a collide. Is this even random? Is this even randomized? Alright, we draw a card, play a swamp. Equip the Bull Aurochs. Go to combat and attack for 12. Sigma, you gotta get something good. You gotta get something good for sure. Alright. Moves over Spider Silk Net. Instill Infection, tell Jalad Justice. No! No! You can't just destroy my artifacts. That's cheating. You did it main phase too, so you can actually attack. Wonderful. Oh, but he doesn't. He doesn't attack. Bang. Fair enough. Did you get your scry from that? Play a mountain. We need to answer this masked blackguard as well. We want instants or sorceries. Sorceries give us a good chance of wrath, which I think we're actually going to go for because my opponent has a massive mana advantage here. Well, we found a wrath. Cast Deadly Vanity? Choose a creature or planeswalker, then destroy all other creatures and planeswalkers. Go to combat. Attack for 2. Make a 1-drop. And we equip Cathar's Shield. So many 0-drop equipments. Want to place a swamp. Makes a Thunderscape Master. And equips a Torch Gauntlet. We untap. Yeah, I think we keep making creatures. Discard Forest. Putrefax. Putrefax. Putrefax wielding Kusari Gama. Equipped creature has 2 mana, fire breathing. Whenever equipped creature deals damage to a blocking creature, it deals that much damage to each other creature defending player controls. Alright, go to combat. Attack with Putrefax. Alright, opponent takes 5 Infect. We pass the turn and lose Putrefax. They equip Spider Silk Net. Play a swamp. Ditch a forest. Volrath the Fallen, which is a 6 mana 6/4 with irrelevant text because we can't discard a creature card. We equip Spider Silk Net. Alright, pass the turn. Well, now we have a creature large enough to attack. Oh, they can copy instants. Bedeck, Double Major, and Repudiate. I didn't realize you could activate this on your opponent's turn. But that makes sense. That is unfortunate. None of those do anything. Alright. Three mana. Going for sorceries. Deathbellow Warcry. Channel? Oh man, could you imagine if you got channel on like turn 3? And you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna make a 15-15 on turn 3. And he takes channel. Plays a forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, yes. 6. Makes a 6-drop, and it is a Bloodborne Scoundrel. Target opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. It equips a Horned Helm. He still has Channel active this turn. It's just risky to use. Not risking the Phage. Play a forest. Now I could make a 7. I think we go for kill spells. Ditch an island. Fortunate Few. Choose a non-land permanent you don't control. Then each other player chooses a non-land permanent they don't control that hasn't been chosen this way. Destroy all non-land permanents. Goblin Grenade. Boiling Seas. Destroy all islands. Yeah, I guess I go for Fortunate Few. Because that kind of presses my advantage. So we'll choose Spider Silk Net. This prevents him from getting enough mana to like just equip the hammer too. Alright. Then we'll make a 4. Wait, what? Did I not read? Or is that card bugged? Choose a non-land permanent you don't control. Then each other player chooses a non-land permanent they don't control that hasn't been chosen this way. Destroy all other non-land permanents. Did it just not destroy your non-land permanents? I feel like you should have only one non-land permanent. Oh. Make a 4. Get Abatir Ghoul. We equip Helm of Caldra. First strike, trample, and haste. Pass the turn. I like Mercenaries in Resident Evil 8. But Resident Evil 4, between 4 and 5, I like the Mercenaries mode in 4. Although I liked playing as Hunk or Krauser. Opponent attacks us for 5, no blocks. Alright, we untap. Draw an island. I can make a You know what? Let's make some sorceries. See if we can't draw some cards. Talara's Bane. That does nothing. Soul Shred. 3 damage to target non-black creature. You gain 3 life. Or Fascination. And I have to cast the copy without paying its mana cost. Target non-black creature. How dare you accidentally play around Soul Shred? Oh, I could gain life. Equip Spider Silk Net. Pass the turn. Yeah, 5 mana for all that value. Mortality Spear? Serpent's Gift? Ugh. Well, if the Wrath hadn't bugged out, I might still be in this game. Opponent hits us down to 6. Gentleman 7. Tishana, Voice of Thunder. How did it die? Oh, power and toughness is equal to the number of cards in your hand. That's what it was. You got a Demon Male Haubrick. So, logic dictates that in order to win, I make any number 5 or smaller, equip Helm of Cauldron, hit you for 4. But I don't think that's any fun. So I'm going to make a 7 as well. Rhyme Feather. Its power and toughness are equal to the number of snow permanents on the battlefield. Oh, you have snow-covered basics! You put snow-covered basics in your deck. We equip it with a Rakdos Right Knife. I think I'm still dead. But I had an actual way to kill you. I just didn't. What is this going to be, a 10? Oh, okay, you're just equipping Colossus Hammer. A fitting way to go. Death by Mallet. Tarek, the memes channel. All right. Tarek. Rubonk. Nice. We might need a quarantine channel in Discord after the conversation that happened in general. I'd love to play first. This is fine. Being on the draw is rough because you have to discard, even if you make a single? Really? Whoop. I don't want to make a 0 drop. That would be bad. Discard a Swamp. Aki Avalanchers. The Spider Silk Net. How many Spider Silk Nets are we gonna make? Oh, your starting hand size is increased, but that doesn't mean your max hand size is always that way. A 1-mana 1/1 that when it enters the battlefield, target player mills a card. I'm getting milled. Okay, this is the 4th Spider Silk Net across like 9 Stonehewer Giant activations. Make a 2. Discard a Forest. Screeching Scob. I'm milling myself! Stonehewer Giant. Helm of the Gods. We can't even play enchantments in this mode. Pass the turn. With my luck, I'll get something like Jin Gitaxis somehow and then draw until I die. Or I'll get Countryside Crusher on 3. Apostle of Purifying, equipped with a bronze sword. Oh, with mana value less than the equipped creature's value. Okay. That makes more sense now. Inverter on 4. Discard a forest. Shaku's minion deals 2 damage to target white creature, and that can only not hit Apostle because that has protection from it. Nurok Stealth Suit. Hey, equipped creature has Shroud. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a forest. Hunting Kavu. Exile Hunting Kavu and target creature without flying that's attacking you. Red and green getting a white effect. Along with a Giant's Amulet. Creature has +0/+1 and hexproof as long as it's untapped. Interesting. Alright. We untap. We draw an island. Play a mountain. Make a 4. Discard island. A Pheto Runecaster. 4 mana, 2/3. Stonehewer Giant, you know what to do. Blazing Torch. Can't be blocked by vampires or zombies. Pass the turn. Fun fact about Blazing Torch, that was in the original starter deck that I bought. From Innistrad when I started playing. Opponent plays a mountain. Uh-oh. There's so much text on this. It just unsummons 2 of my creatures. That was actually really brutal. We're playing Mojhosto, Great Bone Daddy. He's got the block. Yeah, no, the cards are already on Modo. They're like, you can go and view them in collection. They're programmed. They release tomorrow. I'm gonna make a 5. They're just not currently acquirable unless you get them through a treasure chest. Discard a forest. Cloudheath Drake. 5 mana, 3/3 flyer. Stonehewer Giant. Grifter's Blade. Choose a creature you control that it could be attached to. If you do, it enters the battlefield attached. Here? Alright. Another mountain. Gonna make a 6. Dread Reaper. When it enters the battlefield, you lose 5 life. Fantastic. It gets equipped with Umezawa's Jitte. Alright, pass the turn. Fated Intervention, Illusionist's Gambit, an Unbreakable Formation. Fated Intervention. They can't be. There's no number of equipment less than 0. So the tokens don't get equipped with anything. Tarek, get out of here with that. Jitte's not fine in anything ever. I know, I just have to hassle you because you hassled me. 3 sorcery. Eerie Ultimatum. Fit of Rage. And Scent of Cinder. He can Eerie Ultimatum and pick up a bunch of lands. And he actually is getting good at more than that. Oh, okay, he goes for the combat trick. I was gonna say, he could have picked up so many different lands with different names and reanimated them to the battlefield. Or was it different converted mana costs for Eerie Ultimatum? 3 more sorceries. Basic Conjuration, Mascot Interception, or Appetite for Brains. The inverse of Inquisition of Kozilek, Appetite for Brains. Stealing my Dread Reaper. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. So, Sigma goes to combat. And attacks for a lot. Am I dead? I might be dead. So I can chump here. Can block here. And I can chump here. Okay. It's still my Jitte, though, right? Yeah, it is. So, I mean, I can just... this. Do we have a Braino image? Are you talking about the Big Brain emote? I still have the original files for it, yes. It's not a particularly high quality image, though. Alright, I'm gonna do it. The Gentleman's 7. You'd like to have it for reasons? Enormous Baloth. It might be in the memes channel, but I can actually go find it after I'm off done streaming here. Equipped creature gets 1/1 and is an artifact in addition to its other types. Go to combat. He doesn't have any flyers, right? Yeah, so we can just do this. Yeah. Oh, it has reach. I did not read. You found it? Okay. So Jitte gets counters. That has hexproof because it's untapped. I definitely read cards. I totally was reading. 100% the whole time. Alright, Sigma plays a mountain. Makes a 7. The Minotaur Aggressor. It's a 6/2 with first strike and haste. With Hammer of Nazan. Alright. Whoa! He's gonna suit up the Kavu. Then passes. Kill the aggressor. We untap. Play a swamp. I'm gonna go ahead and make an 8. Really hope it's not Cataract Leviathan. I really read that as not Titanic Bulvox. I read that as something else. But Stonehewer Giant, what you got for me? Elven Bow. Go to combat. Attack like this. So this should force him to block. I actually read it as Titanic Bulge. Not that, though. Same thought process. Pass the turn. We're 12. Yeah, no kidding. All right, here comes the sorceries. Manipulate Fate. Or 2 inaction injunctions. What are the odds of rolling the same sorcery twice? That's like the seed didn't update. Well, all of these just say draw a card, really. I suppose he could detain, like my 8/8, or the one with trample. He's going to detain the flyer and draw. Okay. Well, he can copy more sorceries and get another... Never mind. Yeah, because these don't have the once a turn restriction. Playing it was a mistake. Force a habit, yeah. That's gotten me a couple of times. Don't feel bad, but... This just gives us an excuse to play game 3, right? I should check out memes. Oh, God. I know what that means, and it means I should not look at memes. Appetite for Braino. Oh, that's funny. Alright, we untap. Draw swamp. I believe it is time to start causing chaos. Flame Rift. Miming Slime. Alright, Flame Rift. Go to combat. Swing out. Okay. On to game 3. You altered the flavor text too. Delicious, but ultimately little more than junk food. Nice. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for sharing it with us, and thank you for stopping by. It was good to have you. Dead Space, yeah, that happens a lot. Sigma, you gotta submit. I mean, the original Resident Evil, the first one, they if you didn't kill the zombies and light them on fire, they'd come back as redheads. Oh, no worries. All right. Sigma starts, but make it a 1-drop. It is a Somberwald Vigilante, equipped with a kite shield. Play a swamp. Make a 1-drop. We get Inventor's Apprentice. It gets 1/1 as long as we control an artifact. Nice. And it gets equipped with a Bone Saw. The old 1-mana 3/3. Discard a plains. Sigma plays a swamp. He's going to make a 2-drop. And it is a Valoran Outlander, which is a 2-mana 2/2 with protection from black. Equipped with a Ghostfire Blade. We untap, play a mountain, make a 2-drop, discard swamp. Imposter of the 6th Pride. Equipped with an Explorer's Scope. Look at the top card of your library. If it's a land, put it on the battlefield tapped. Oh, count me in. We're ramping today. The scope is really good. All right. Draw planes. Go to combat. Attack for 3. Put a mountain onto the battlefield. Okay, put a blocks with a 1/4. I suppose I should have moved Bonesaw over, but it doesn't matter all that much. Play a mountain. Discard planes. We make a Cephalid Constable. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, bounce that many permanents to their hand. Wow. Just watch it get equipped with like a Whisper Silk Cloak. Relic Axe. Yeah, alright. Equip it there. There's a lot of potentially really good equipment. Alright, Sigma plays a snow-covered mountain. Oh, I haven't updated my Momir list since Waste became legal. Sunspire Gatekeep. Equipped with a Relic Axe. Man, Mojhosto takes a lot longer than regular Momir. It's also a lot more interesting. Attacks with a 3/5, no blocks. We go to 6. Untap. Draw an island. Play a swamp. Make a 4. Ditching an island. Serendib Jin. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a land. Well, it's a 5/6 flyer, and it's going to get equipped with Sharpened Pitchfork. Equip Inventor's Apprentice with Explorer's Scope. Go to combat. Attack for 3. Put an island onto the battlefield. Pass the turn. So this, if I sack an island, it does damage to me? Alright, well, I guess. No, it's okay. I'm actually engaged. This is interesting. Like, I've played a lot of Momir, and I'm not saying it's boring, but I've played a lot of Momir, and it's kind of lost its charm. And this feels like a little more zany for me, so I actually like this. Thank you for suggesting it, and thank you for giving me the avatars to play this. Mace of the Valiant. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a charge counter on Mace of the Valiant. It's pretty good. So we untap. We have to sacrifice a mountain. We draw a swamp. Play a mountain. What? It gets bigger? Okay, well, Make a 5-drop. Ditching a swamp. Shoal Kraken. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card if you do discard. Okay, not really relevant. But it gets equipped with a Banshee's Blade. We'll equip the Djinn with an Explorer's Scope. God, that worm is going to be huge. Because, like, we have to keep playing lands off of the scope to keep up with the Ifrit, which completely negated our advantage. I mean, at least I'm attacking with a large flyer, right? But, like, this does not look good for me right now. Like, I may have to Wrath the board. Sigma makes a 2. It is a Leaping Master. And it gets equipped with a Blazing Torch. Oh, you're putting lands into play via scope. Okay, that makes sense. But it plays a forest. I didn't realize it was that distinction. I thought it was whenever a land enters the battlefield under your opponent's control. Wrap in Flames, Rock Slide Ambush, and Head Games. So he can head games me if he wants. Or he can just say I can't block and probably kill me. 3, 7, 9, 12. I would go to 4. Is the swing back lethal if I do that? Maybe. Alright, so we're taking a lot of damage. Because we can't block. Go to 4. Okay, we untap. Sack a swamp. We draw. So play a forest. Opponent gets a 1/1 counter on Dirt Calworm. Go to combat. Attack for 5. We'll put a land onto the battlefield tapped. Opponent can't block. They go to 9. I think we got a spin for a Wrath. Discard our island. Destroy all creatures with power 4 or greater. Or make a hippo. Power 4 or greater takes care of the worm, creature with protection from black, and our own Djinn, which is kind of an issue. So I'm going to cast that to, I think, thin the ranks a little bit. But I'm going to spin for another sorcery, I think. Ditching Swamp. Forced Retreat. Put target creature on top of its owner's library. Cyclical Evolution. Target creature gets +3/+3. Exile it with 3 time counters suspended on it. Or Irresistible Prey. Target creature must be blocked this turn if able. So I think what we do is... Can this deal 2 damage to players? Any target. So we need to Forced Retreat Leaping Master. Because if he draws a plains or has a plains, he can just fly and then re-equip the torch and kill us. And then I actually think I need to make a 1 here just to have an additional blocker. Gorilla Shaman. Well, we can destroy a bunch of non-creature artifacts. Gets equipped with a Cathar Shield. Alright, Sigma. Do your worst. Spin into that Boros Charm. Alright, he plays a land. He's making a 4. Poison tipped. Poison Tip Archer. Whenever another creature dies, each opponent loses 1 life. Well, fantastic. I'm just dead. Captain's Clause. Whenever equipped creature attacks, makes a 1/1 white core ally creature that is tapped and attacking. Fantastic. I'm pretty sure I'm deterministically dead here. But only pretty sure, not absolutely positive. No, because the creatures I block with don't die. Right? So I can block here. I can block here. And I can block here and lose 1 life. Thank goodness I put the right toughness on that one. Because I completely forgot that card had text. So even if... No, he's out of mana. Yeah, he's out of mana. Okay, so... Spin for life gain. Life gain, Wraths, and most importantly, Sorin's Vengeance are all sorceries. So if I get Sorin's Vengeance, I win on the spot. So I think it's 7 mana, triple black for 10 damage, 10 life gain. But we gotta make a sorcery here, 100%. Thrive, Savage Conception, or Consult the Necrosages. Oh. Target player draws 2 cards. And gives me another chance at doing something. Discard an island. Sorcery. 3 tragedies. Treasured find. Gone missing. Bounce the archer. We get a clue. Oh man. Equip the constable. Because I think we get to choose which permanents get put back. Oh, I should have put Banshee's Blade on it. We wheel into an island. Constable. Hits them for 3. So we bounce this, this, this. All right. Pass the turn. I could have taken him to 1, but honestly, actually I could have killed him if I had equipped correctly. Deadly Tempest. No! No! No, I could have killed him. I could have killed him if I had equipped the right creature. We'd lose all our creatures and take damage equal to number destroyed. Well, that was pretty good. Sigma, thanks for playing. That was pretty fantastic. Oh, gosh. Hope you all enjoyed this content. Porter is asking me to play. He's napped all day and he's going to need some energy out before bed. He wants to play Tug with this vanilla-scented ring for some reason. But I hope you guys all enjoyed this. I really enjoyed today. I'll be starting Modern Horizons 2 content limited tomorrow. I'm not going to have a video up in time for tomorrow's upload, so tomorrow's upload is going to be whatever I have sitting in queue to upload. But I will endeavor to make the very next video after that be Modern Horizons. So, yeah. You're all wonderful human beings. Max Holland, thank you for following. Oh, that's Sean, AK Tank 420, and Kefka, and Halsey. Thank you all for subscribing and or gifting a donation. I really appreciate it. You're all wonderful human beings, and I appreciate your support. I am going to get pulled out of my chair, and I will talk to you guys later. Go get it. Good night, everybody.